In this video, we'll discuss how to multiply complex numbers that are in polar form. We use foiling and the fact that I squared equals -1 to multiply complex numbers in rectangular form together. Well, this multiplying technique, coupled with some trig identities, can be applied to complex numbers in polar form, and we end up with the following product theorem. And it looks a lot worse than it is. So say you have these two complex numbers in polar form. R1 times cosine theta 1 plus I sine of theta 1, and R2 cosine of theta 2 plus I sine of theta 2. If we want to multiply those two numbers together, all we do is multiply the two r's together, and they go out in front, and then we add our theta values together. In the compact form, R1 CIS theta 1 times R2 CIS theta 2 is equal to R1 times R2 CIS of theta 1 plus theta 2. So let's find the product and we'll write our answer in rectangular form. We'll start by multiplying the two r's together. That'll give us 20. And we start into our CIS part, but I'm going to do it in expanded form. We then add our thetas together. So this will be cosine of 150 degrees plus I sine of 150 degrees. At this point, we've multiplied them together and we've left it in a polar form. Our directions, however, ask for us to write it in rectangular form. So we're going to distribute the 20 and then find the actual trig values for cosine of 150 and sine of 150, plug them in, and clean it up. So we get 20 times cosine of 150 degrees plus 20i times sine of 150 degrees. And then we're just finding these two actual trig values. Cosine of 150 degrees, that's negative square root of 3 over 2. And sine of 150 degrees, that's a half. And then we'll just multiply here. Do some simplifying. We're going to get negative 10 times the square root of 3 plus 20i times a half. That'll be 10i. Let's try another. This example is in our abbreviated form. We start by multiplying our two r values together. The square root of 6 times the square root of 6 is just 6. And then we'll have CIS. And then we're adding our two angles together. 120 degrees plus negative 30 degrees. That's 90 degrees. We want to write our answer in rectangular form. So I'm going to start by writing it in our expanded polar form. I'll distribute the 6. And then we'll find our two actual trig values. Cosine of 90 degrees is 0. And sine of 90 degrees is 1. So 6 times 0, that's 0. We end up with a final answer of just 6i.